Hi, I'm Ryan and welcome back to my channel. Today is the third and last video of the three-part series where I'm talking about 3 common mistakes in each video that are made when someone tries to lose weight and how to correct each mistake. The first mistake for today's video is that people really do eat way too much added sugar. I think this goes unnoticed when people try to lose weight because there is so much added sugar in so many of our foods and most of us don't even notice it or realize it. Much of the standard diet is full of these highly processed, manufactured, packaged foods that are quick and convenient. The problem with these, most of these foods will contain a lot of added sugar that really wreaks havoc on our health and makes it very difficult to lose and maintain a healthy weight. Eating this excess added sugar into the foods can lead to weight gain because if we don't burn that sugar or that carbohydrate source throughout the day, that sugar, those carbs, turn into fat in our body and then are stored for energy for later use, which is body fat that we don't want. And this added sugar also has a lot of other health risks that we won't get into in this video today. Now, we are not talking about the natural sugar that's in our real foods. So fruits have sugar in it, but this is natural sugar. This is okay and healthy for our body because we're getting all those vitamins, minerals, nutrients, fiber with that natural sugar. What I am specifically talking about today is when a food company breaks down a food product, manufactures it, and adds stuff to it in a facility or plant, and then they add this added sugar to it. That's what we're talking about, and definitely need to limit this in order to achieve and maintain our healthy weight. The American Heart Association estimates that the average American adult consumes 17 teaspoons of added sugar per day. That is 2 to 3 times the recommendations that we should have for our maximum limit. And with that calculation of the average adult in America consuming that 7 teaspoons of sugar a day, that's 60 pounds of sugar consumed each year by one average adult. That is a crazy amount to fathom. So the recommendations for a male is no more than 36 grams of added sugar per day, which is 9 teaspoons. And then for a woman, the recommendation is a little bit less, to not go over 6 teaspoons of added sugar or 25 grams of added sugar per day. So just to put that into account of like how much that would be. So one standard 12-ounce Coke contains 39 grams of added sugar. So remember, a male's limit is 36 grams per day. So if someone has one 12-ounce soda, that's already over that daily limit for the day. It really does add up over time, and that sugar has no benefit to our health. It's literally just empty calories. So some tips that I have for you is definitely read labels and see how much added sugar is in your foods. I think you will be actually really shocked as to how much sugar you're likely consuming each day. Anything that has been packaged and processed in a plant, definitely take a look at that label and see if there is any added sugar. The law actually states now that those companies have to break down from natural sugar to the added sugar. So under the carbohydrates on the nutrition label, right underneath that, you can see how much added sugar is in that portion in that container or package. So it's quite easy to figure out and calculate how much someone is eating every day and then work towards that goal of not going over that 36 grams per day if you're a male and not over 25 grams per day if you're a female. Another tip that I have for you to decreasing our added sugar is by focusing on eating primarily plant-based foods. So minimally processed, not processed foods that have not been manufactured, broken down in a plant, and foods that are in its realest, wholest form. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, beans, all of these foods don't have added sugar. So that's really what should make up the bulk of our diet, and then trying to limit those processed foods. That will really help someone lose weight and maintain their healthy weight. The second mistake that I see being made is not having the proper mindset. So oftentimes people think when they're trying to lose weight or trying to be healthier, they think that they can't do certain things, that they tell themselves, no, I can't have that. I'm not allowed to do that, or I have to go to the gym. And that is the wrong mindset to have. So instead of telling ourselves no, we should flip that into a positive thought. Instead of saying, I have to do this, I have to do that, say, I get to do this, I get to do that. What a blessing this is, rather than something negative. So instead of saying, I have to go to the gym because I'm trying to lose some weight. Say, I get to go to the gym and I get to work on my health. My body is capable of moving and I'm so thankful for that. Rather than saying, no, I can't have that slice of cake at this birthday party. Instead say, hey, you know what? I could really have that birthday cake, but I know that I'm going to choose the healthier option for my body to make me feel good, to work towards my goals. Also, if we slip up or overeat or not happy with the choices that we made one day, so be it. Look at that as a learning opportunity. Went wrong that day, rather than throwing your hands up and giving up on your goals and weight loss journey. Say, hey, you know what? That happened yesterday and it didn't go as great as I had wanted it to, but here's what we're going to do instead today to make progress today and do better. Healthy habits are not an all or nothing approach. So have some grace with yourself. Talk kindly to yourself. Life happens. Sometimes it doesn't go according to plan or what we had wanted. Sometimes we slip up, and it's really the habit that matters and what we do more often. So definitely shift your mindset to something positive while you're working towards your weight loss goals. Talk kindly to yourself and use that positive self-talk and motivation to help you accomplish your health and weight goals. The third and last mistake that I have for you today when people try to lose weight is not watching portions. This actually has become a really big problem in society. As years have gone by, portions that were served, portions that were shown in commercials, packaging size just keeps getting larger and larger. So our thought of what we think is a normal portion actually has become quite warped and larger than it actually should be. It becomes confusing and difficult to figure out what actually is the proper portion size because everyone is used to seeing all of these really large portions to eat. Portions are also a huge problem, especially when we're eating unhealthy or processed foods, because a lot of these foods lack nutrients, they have very little fiber, typically higher in calories, higher in fats. So we can definitely overeat on those because there's little to no fiber and not feel full. So it is very, very, very important to watch portion sizes. If you're eating something out of a package, out of a bag, look at that label, see how many portions are in that package, and also measure that out. Either weigh it out, you can use a food scale, or you can measure them out too. Over time, this does get easier. I used to measure and weigh a lot of my food. This was probably 10-ish years ago, but now I'm pretty good at eyeballing what that portion is or how big that should be because I did that and tracked that for such a long time. So it does get a lot easier with time to figure out the correct portion size to be having of common foods that you eat. Another tip that I have for you is the portion size of meat, I feel like has also grown. So a portion of meat, so chicken, steak, fish, should be the size of your palm. So about the size of a deck of cards is a proper portion for protein or meat. Another idea that I have for you is eating from smaller bowls or plates. So if you put one portion on a very large plate, your portion's going to look very small. But if you put that same portion on a smaller plate, your portion's going to look larger. It's a fine game. Last idea that I have for you on portions is when going out to eat. Again, oftentimes at restaurants, there's 2 or 3 servings in that one meal served. So right away when you get your meal, ask for a to-go box and divide your meal in half and package that half up, set it aside even before you start eating. So that way you're already decreasing that portion and saving the other half for later. If you didn't get a chance yet, definitely check out the first 2 videos in the series. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.